All right, so we are set up here. The bench you can sit on, but as you can see, because of the slope of the hill, it like comes up to my waist, so it makes the perfect desk. I got my big 2400 watt hour power station that I could technically bring right here. I could set up my laptop and I could be here for days just editing video and filming. But yeah, here, let me get my sandwich ready, and then I'll show you all the equipment I bring with me when I go on these little trips. I got this ham and cheese sub. Oh. Every time I get a sub, I tell the people that make it to put enough mayonnaise that will put them away in prison for attempted murder. Make sure my mouth is clean. All right, so let me show you some of my equipment. So obviously I got the 360 camera, and I have a Cinco A2 G2 wireless mic system that comes with one receiver, which you can't see because it's hidden in the stitch line on a mount next to the camera, but it looks just like this. And there's an adapter on the camera that allows you to plug in an external mic on this side of it, and there's a short, like 5-inch 3.5 millimeter cable that goes from the adapter snugly over the top of the camera and down into the output of the receiver, which looks very similar to this. This is one transmitter, and this is the other transmitter, and I have the lav mic hidden right there. This allows me so that I can have two people mic'd up to just one receiver, and I can do it in two separate tracks, in stereo, mono, so it's all on the same track. And in the video editing equipment, technically I could separate the two and have them as two separate audios, so I can control the mic gain on each of them. Now, eventually I'm going to be doing some videos where there'll be like text and, you know, just like, you know, normal YouTube video editing. That'll make the 360 videos more interactive and stuff. But for now, just to start building up some content, I'm just doing basic video, no special text and pop-up things, but that's all coming down the line. Trust me, I can do more than just record 360. I can edit 360 as well. But yeah, this allows me to have two people mic'd up for good audio. Here is my drone. It's a DJI Mini 2, and we'll probably use it today. I want to get a couple 360 shots above the river. Oh, you can't see it, but there's something floating out there. And then those photos I can add to a video track in my video editing software and stretch it out to like 2 or 3 minutes. So that way all my 360 photos can be on line 2. So this is really cool. This is an adapter piece that goes onto the drone like that, and I can mount the 360 camera on it, or I can do like a Hero or a GoPro, you know, any of those action cams, but the 360 camera can go there, and it barely handles it. It's a little jittery, but it can do it as long as it's not too windy. And you're able, you can see the drone moving below it, but it's still pretty cool the way that you can capture. Now I can capture 360 video, and I might be able to do some really cool roller coaster type ride kind of things, where if you have a VR headset on, it looks like you're high up in the air and just dropping or going fast down some cliff or something like that. But yeah, it's a little 360 camera mount that was custom made using 3D printing. I don't think you'll be able to tell from there, but you can see all the lines, you know, the way it was 3D printed. Like that. There's like what looks like scratch lines all over it, but it's a really cool contraption. So there's that. I also have the tripod that the camera's on right now. It's not a tripod, it's a monopod. I've got quite a few of them. First, let me put this back so I don't risk breaking the propellers and stuff. Just bear with me. See? Just pop that there. All right. In this bag, I have a cable that I can strap to the drone so that I can do a payload drop. I can carry like a phone or a battery bank somewhere and drop it off somewhere and even pick it up. Plus there's extra propellers and things like that. I got charging cables. I got extra mics for the wireless mic system. I've got the drone battery and the charging box for it. I always carry a fully charged portable power bank. Ooh, we've got our pre-rolled joint, 1 gram, cherry punch. Let's see here. This is a soft cover rubber thing that goes over the 360 camera. The 360 camera is the Insta360 X3. So it has 2 fisheye lenses, one facing one way, one facing the other way. Now I have this case, which protects it and also kind of cleans the lenses as you put it on and off, but you don't have access to the screen on the camera when this is on. So sometimes you just want to protect the lenses, but you want to have access to the screen. For instance, if you're transferring files and stuff like that. So I use that for when I just want to cover the lenses only, but still have the camera and all its ports fully accessible. And I use this for long-term storage. I have the Osmo Pocket 2 that also comes with a little tripod thing on it, but this is a 4K gimbal camera, so you can do all kinds of stuff just like having your own cameraman. It can also track you and follow you. Yeah, and then there's like a tripod, little mount that folds out for 3 legs, so you can keep it on its own little tripod, or I can mount it on that tripod. But yeah, so there's my Osmo Pocket 2. I have the DJI wireless mic. I keep a extra wall USB block that I can plug things into, use the AC port on my 2400 watt hour power station. Now the monopod that the camera's on right now is actually a 3-meter pole. So it actually extends 9 feet. So I can do like kind of fake drone shots, or if I'm deep out in the water on the kayak, I can put the dive case on the camera and I can extend it down about 9 feet. This is the Insta360 selfie stick, where I can put the 360 camera or any other camera on it, plus attach it to this monopod base. That's a really good high quality all metal one. These sections here extend out or in, you know, to give it more stability. And then this right here is really cool. What I can do is put the dive case on this monopole right here, the selfie stick, and then attach this to it. And so that way on this end is the 360 camera in a dive case, and it's on the selfie stick. And this is a flotation handle adapter. So if this was the water line right here, if the water was up to here, I can put the selfie stick underwater, push out all the air and suck water into it so that the selfie stick is a little bit heavier. And then I put it in the water. And like I said, imagine this is the water level. This will just float in the water just like this as the camera is floating under the water, and that way it doesn't sink to the bottom. It can just stay floating. I can let it drift off and then swim out or kayak out to get it if I need to, and it just stays like that. And I can go swimming, diving under the water, you know, and it just stays there floating, and I can extend it all the way out or just far. But yeah, that's a floating selfie stick adapter. This is the DJI Mini 2 controller. There's that, and I keep extra cables for charging batteries and microphones, and my phone or speaker, which is right here. I've got this ONN, the Walmart brand portable speaker. It's weatherproof, not waterproof, but it's water resistant, weatherproof, and it also has lights and stuff on it, but it's really good sounding quality. Now, in the video where I was walking here, you might have been like, well, if his hands were filled with a case and sandwich and that, and I had the backpack on, how did I capture myself walking? Well, I have an adapter for my backpack where I can mount the 360 camera on the back, and that's this part right here, So what I do is I can put this on here and put the 360 camera and wireless mic setup right here. That way, as I'm walking, it's capturing it and my hands are free, and it just follows me around. And this is a carbon fiber stick. You don't need it to be all that far. As you can see in that video where I was walking with the backpack, you can still see all around. You can kind of see in front of me, behind me, and that's just that length there. Technically, I could go crazy and put a, this is actually really lightweight. I could technically put this, but it's not needed. And the longer it is, the more it'll wobble. As you can see in the video, it looked like I was moving, but that's because the camera was staying still as I was walking, you know, so it made it look like I was like this. If you have a super long selfie stick, I would be looking like I was going crazy. But yeah, so there's that. That's my my basic tech equipment, not my laptop and everything else. That's just the stuff I bring that fits into a nice little waterproof. I could close this and throw it in the lake and no water will get in it. It's technically a waterproof gun case, and I put all my electronics in it and I put it in my kayak. That way, if the kayak tips over, none of my equipment gets wet. And then I always bring my little stool, just like that, so I can sit down and relax. A little folding tripod stool. Let's finish getting ready real quick. Oh, here's the dive case. This is the dive case for the 360 camera. This allows it to go pretty much any depth underwater. But the camera goes in there and on the end of a selfie stick, or just as is, and just toss it into the lake. But this is how I get my underwater shots right here. We'll put that over here for now. And then I brought a bottle of homemade Moscato wine and my wine opener. And whenever I come to these spots, I always bring my toiletries bag. And in the toiletries bag, I have everything from aspirin, deodorant, brush, mirror, toothbrush, toothpaste, and soap, razors, mouthwash, all my hygiene stuff. So that way I can, you know, wash up if I need to. Which is kind of one of the reasons why I go to private little spots like this. Not only so that I can cook if I want to without getting bothered, so that I can swim without kids screaming and yelling, but also so I can get wet and then come out, soap up, and rinse off without people, you know, getting all weird about it. But yeah, so that'll do it for this part. the next part will be me doing stuff like maybe flying the drone, or I don't know, maybe some underwater footage. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll get back to it.